Welcome back to the Delaware Way. We continue our conversation with Mayor Mike Purzycki of Wilmington. You got your budget passed, it sounds like.
We did.
Barely.
Barely, yeah. No landslide there, 7-6.
The most controversial part of the new budget is the 16 firefighters positions. And it certainly was the most controversial when they held hearings on it. That's passed now, but you understand that we talked about crime a moment ago. You also own this. What's it going to look like for the city of Wilmington? Are stations going to have to close?
No, in fact, no stations were ever going to close. There was an engine company that had been closed, and we put that in. An engine company exists within a station house. And so what we do is we've employed something called rolling bypass, which means we rotate engine companies out of service. And so in each of the 6 locations, there will be an engine company every once in a while that's not in service. So people complain about that. We don't disagree that it would be nice to keep all of them in service, but we believe you can do the same thing if we get our firefighters to change their shift, which we have to negotiate, and we know that. And so we're going to try to just change the shift that's in place today, and then we can keep every engine company in service.
Speaking of budgets, I'm sure you're paying close attention to the budget fight in Dover right now, and there may be some spending cuts, and that would affect Wilmington. What are you most concerned about?
Well, we've got some bond bill requests in, as we do periodically. So speaking of fire, we've asked for 2 large pieces of apparatus that we're hoping to get the support for. We want to update our camera system throughout the city. You know, they've got a big problem down there. They've had to make tougher decisions than I've seen made in Dover in my lifetime. And
they have continuing budget problems, and I was wondering if you're the head of a municipality, any municipality, but especially Wilmington, and you watch this budget fight every single year there is a budget crisis. I'm not certain how you put together your budgets if you don't know what the money is coming from the state.
I think it's less about the money that's coming, because it's not that we get so much money from the state, at least asking for the capital items that we periodically need and whether we can depend on them. The nature of the state's income and its revenues are such that when they have fluctuations in a variety of these income streams, all of a sudden they get caught short, and then they want to balance the budget by everybody else having to raise revenues themselves. So far, they've not done that with us, so I think we've been kept out of that line of fire for the most part. But a lot of other organizations like schools, I think have been part of it. We took a look 4 years down the road and saw a $55 million cumulative deficit, and we knew if we didn't raise taxes, we'd have to raise them 25% in another couple of years, and that's just not sustainable. But we made tough decisions, as we did with the firefighters, for example, that heretofore no one's ever done before, and we just said we've got to make tough decisions, and we're going to make more, I can promise you. We look out at the city's sustainability, and you realize you've got to get more efficient every year until you can start really growing the city's economy, and then you can loosen the belt.
Right, I was about to say, hopefully you won't have to make more.
Well, but that's what I want the state to do.
You were elected with the promise that you could bring businesses, you could redevelop the city. I know you've only been in for 5 months, sure. but is there any hope of that? Do you see somebody possibly coming here?
Well, I don't know that everybody's a big elephant hunter. Everybody wants to go get the real big employer. I think we're much better off having a small employer strategy. People who want to bring a big employment base come in, and the first thing they want is you to write a check. And we can never write a check as big as Philadelphia or Maryland or wherever else they want to tell us we're competing with. So I think that the 550 to 100 person firm is a good size for us to compete with, because I think what's appealing to a small firm is that if necessary, they can get a call back from the governor or the mayor or a United States senator if need be. You can't get that done anywhere else.
I hear that from company after company.
You can't get anywhere. If you're in New York City, you won't get a call back from the mayor in a month of Sundays. Whereas down here, you're a big deal to us if you have 100 employees, and we'll treat you like that. And if you have a problem, you can get a call back and you can get your matter taken care of.
You have to be excited as well as the tech community springing up in Wilmington.
I am, and it's a youthful community. So to me, it's you know, that's exciting to be a part of that.
I want to ask you about schools when we come back. I also want to ask you about some possible redevelopment in the city when we continue the Delaware Way with Mayor Mike Purzycki of Wilmington.